of your packet. Okay? Go to the last page of your packet. This is it for notes. It's like a momentous occasion or something. Okay? Okay, what we're going to talk about today is that final type of equation. The multi-step equation with variables on both sides. So remember when we started this unit and I gave you a big long equation and I said eventually you're going to be able to solve that? Yeah, and some of you were like, yeah, I can do that. Some of you were like, no, I can't ever do that. Okay? Today, we're getting to the problems like this. Okay? Okay, now I'm going to tell you, you look really smart when you're able to solve this because there's a lot of writing on your paper and you look brilliant. Okay? When you show like younger kids, look at what I'm doing in 7th grade math, they're like, whoa, that's so cool. Really, if you have little brothers and sisters, bring your math work home and then they'll think you're really, really smart. You're like the smartest person on the planet. Okay? Some of them already think you're smart, some of them will never think you're smart. So
that's my sibling.
That's your sibling. Well, they might be correct. Oh, so funny.
Hurt by a mom and a teacher.
Do you notice how Austin is quiet? He has nothing to say right now. Speechless. Speechless. He doesn't know what to say. I love it when that happens. Okay. I'm just kidding. You're smart. I'm just kidding. He is. No, but seriously, there is a sense of accomplishment when you can solve these problems and you're like, oh, I went from that big problem and got the answer. Okay? So what I have done is, oh, look at it. It's going to be all
Cool.
We need a
Can we just
Hey, I'm
so
Hang on. Okay, what I did is I put together kind of a list of step by step because some of you need that concrete. Here's what I do next. Okay? So when you look at these problems, here's kind of the steps you're going to follow. Step 1, simplify the left side. Use the distributive property, combine like terms. Step 2, simplify the right side. Distribute, combine like terms. If there's variables on both sides, which we learned about yesterday, we have to take care of that. We have to get rid of the variable from one side, move it to the other side, and then we're down to a two-step equation. If we are not really good at solving two-step equations at this point, we have been doing them every single day because every single problem we get to becomes a two-step equation. Okay? And then we're going to finish by multiplying or dividing on each side and just double checking that our answer is correct. Okay? So if I go back to this, here's this process. Okay, you don't have to write any of this down. Okay? Step 1 was simplify the left side. So I would distribute 2x plus 14 minus 3x. Simplify, 2x minus 3x is negative 1x plus 14. Step 2, simplify the right side. 5x minus 3x is 2x plus 8. Step 3, if you have a variable on each side, take care of that. So I'm going to get rid of the negative 1x by putting a plus 1x. So 14 equals 3x plus 8. And now we have a two-step equation. Keep the variable in its best friend, subtract 8. 3x equals 6, divide by 3, x equals 2. Okay. Yes, there's a lot to do. I'm not going to give you very many problems on your homework because I know it's a lot of writing and a lot of stuff to write down and keep track of. But every bit of that, you guys could follow along now and go, oh, I get why you did that. I knew exactly why you did that. Right? Maybe when I did the problem earlier on, You didn't. Hopefully now you do. Okay? So we're going to do a few examples. Okay, looking at your notes. Travis, flip back one page. Go to the front side of that page. Okay, draw a line by the equal sign. Because that's where we start all the time. Okay, step one is to simplify the left-hand side. Is there anything I have to simplify on the left? No. So I leave it as it is. 2v minus 4. Step two, simplify the right-hand side. Do I have to distribute? How do we know? Parentheses. So we're going to distribute the negative 4 to the 1. We multiply when we distribute, so that's negative 4. And then negative 4 times negative 5v is positive 20v plus 20 minus 7v. Okay, now I combine. So I have negative 4 plus 14v. We're good? Oh, okay. You guys, I did this on purpose because last hour, I did the whole problem. People noticed that I subtracted wrong. Not one single person in my last hour class would tell me that I subtracted wrong. Until I got to the end of the problem, I'm like, wait a minute. You guys, did you know I subtracted wrong? And they're like, yeah. Like, nobody wanted to tell me this is 13, right? So then they said I needed to try it this hour and see if you guys would actually tell me. And you guys would.
Yeah, 'cause I'm nice.
Well, maybe they were trying to be nicer because they didn't want to tell the teacher that she made a mistake. I make mistakes too, right? We all make, how many of you make dumb mistakes like that on your homework? And they're so hard to find, right?
Yeah.
The dumbest mistakes are the hardest mistakes to find because you think you did the easy math correct. And that's when we make those stupid errors and you need somebody else to look at it and say, there's your mistake. You added wrong or subtracted wrong.
Plus 2 is 4.1.
Right? Okay.
I've done that one.
All right, now we're at step 3. Step 3 says if there's a variable on each side, then we need to get rid of one of them. Should I get rid of the 2v or the 13v? I'm going to go with the 2, okay? I'm going to subtract 2v from each side. So we can cross these off. I'm left with negative 4 equals negative 4 plus 11v. 13 minus 2 is 11. Now we have a two-step equation. Circle the variable and its best friend. We have to get rid of the negative 4. So plus 4 to each side. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. Equals 11v. Last step. Divide by 11. V equals 0. Done. Look how smart you look.
It's too
Right?
easy, though.
Oh, you survived though.
Okay.
You, really? I'm sorry. We'll miss you.
Yeah, so mechanical
All
principle.
right. Next problem. Okay, follow along with this one because I want you to notice something that I think some of you would make a mistake on. Draw a line by the equal sign. On the left, I have to distribute. What am I distributing? Gabby. Close.
The negative
The negative 6. Okay, so here's where sometimes we would make a mistake, but you have to recognize that that minus sign is attached to the 6, making it negative. Okay, so when we distribute, we have the x, which stays there. Negative 6 times negative 4 is positive 24x. So plus 24x. And then negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. So minus 12. So that makes sense to everybody. Okay, don't forget, you can put a 1 in front of this x even though we don't see it. Can I combine anything on the left-hand side? What can I combine? Lizzie? So we're at 25x minus 12. Can I simplify anything on the right? No, leave it as it is. So equals 39 plus 8x. Okay, now we're at step 3. There's a variable on each side. Which one do you want to get rid of? The 25x or the 8x? 8x, okay. How do I get rid of it? Minus 8x from each side. Cross off those. 25 minus 8. 17x minus 12 equals 39. Okay, then what? Ava. Plus 12. We want to keep the variable and its best friend together, so plus 12. 17x equals 51. Last step is divide by 17. X equals 3. Well, okay. The page. Very last problem of notes you have to take in 7th grade math.
Let's go.
Me too. I think she took that a little offensive.
I thought you guys would treasure this forever.
Yeah, I'll sleep with it and everything.
You would keep it so that when you're like
No,
in college someday, you'll be like, oh yeah, remember those awesome notes we took in 7th grade math? Oh, remember Miss Elfring? She was so awesome.
Let's go home and
Frame
frame
it.
it.
Frame it.
And Riley will be out there playing football, bro.
Okay. Maybe not. Okay, last problem.
I'm gonna burn this.
Last problem. I want you to try this one on your own. Okay? Draw the line by the equal sign. Start with distributing. Okay? Okay, see what you can come up with. We'll go over it in a little bit. Hey, if you did this correctly. No, you need a minute yet? Okay.
Oh, writer thing. Writer thing. I don't know. No.
Okay, so if you did this correctly, you should have gotten -6. Okay. All right. So follow along. Listen closely. Follow along. Make sure yours looks like mine. 16x plus 40 plus 4. Okay, please listen, 7th graders. Stop talking. Thank you. Okay, then combine. So we have 16x plus 44 equals, on the other side, there was nothing to simplify. I'm going to choose to get rid of the 7x. So I'm going to put minus 7x on each side. These cross off. 16x minus 7x is 9x plus 44 equals negative 10. Okay. Keep the variable in its best friend, minus 44 from each side. So we have 9x. Here's where some people made a mistake. Negative 10 minus 44 is negative 54. And the last step, divide by 9. So x equals negative 6. Okay? Most of you were able to get that on your own, or at least we're on the right track. Okay? Now, your homework.
No.
This worksheet. Now, there's 10 problems on this worksheet. You don't have to do all 10. Okay?
7.
We're going to do one problem together. That brings it down to 9. And then I'm going to leave the entire backside as extra credit. Yep. Okay. Everybody listen. Okay. In the end, you are required. Listen, please. You are required to do numbers 1 through 6. That's what you have to do. 7 through 10. The backside is extra credit. If you have time and you want to, you can do those. But it's not required. Okay? We are going to do number 1 together. Okay, so pay attention. Everybody's going to have one problem completely done with all your work shown. Okay, so number 1, 8. 6 minus 7a equals negative 4 minus 4a. Okay, draw the line. First thing we're going to do is what? Distribute. Okay, so we distribute first. And we get 48 minus 56a. Can I simplify anything else?
No.
No, I can't combine any terms on either side. All right, so we've got 48 minus 56a equals negative 4 minus 4a. Do you want to get rid of the negative 56a or the negative 4a? Negative 4, okay. So we're going to get rid of the negative 4a. How do I get rid of that? Plus 4a to each side. That means on the right it's gone and we're left with just negative 4 equals. On the left we have 48. What's negative 56 plus 4? Careful. Negative 52, right? So minus 52a. Now we circle the variable and its best friend. We have to get rid of the 48. So put minus 48 on each side. Cross that. We have negative 52a equals negative 52. Last step, divide by negative 52. So a equals 1. Okay, so you have number 1 completely done. I'm going to leave it up there. Your job is to finish the rest of the front side. The problems on the back are extra credit. Okay, use your time.